Hey, horror fans, once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Money G. It's time to review another horror movie review. We're going to review the movie from director Ty West. His latest horror movie is simply called X. Now, X is a 2022 American slasher horror film. It was written and directed by Ty West. The film stars Mia Goth, Jenny Ortega, Martin Henderson, and Brittany Snow. Now, in this film in 1979, a group of filmmakers set out to make an adult film in rural Texas, but when the reclusive elderly host catches them in the act, the cast find themselves fighting for their lives. Oh no! I'm pretty sure you guys all know as a child in the 70s, I saw some very good horror films that feature a certain style of filming that took place during that time period. You know, they had grainy, grimy, groundhouse look. That was a staple in most of the horror films that came out during the 70s. Looked like a drive-in theater. Because drive-in theaters were the thing to do back in the 70s. I remember a time when me and my friends went to the drive-in theater back on 61st Street. Passyunk, I think it was past 61st and Passyunk. I think I went to see The Golden Voyage of Sinbad, and I think it was a samurai film, but I can't remember who starred in it. But yeah, you know what the guys I'm talking about. Used to love doing that back during the 70s. You know, horror films that I saw, such as The Last House on the Left, I Spit on Your Grave, and The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, are prime examples of that look that I saw in those films during the 70s. Now, those films, among others, were also ultra violent. They depicted the worst aspects of human behavior. You know, unfortunately, rape, revenge, ultra violent films. You know, obviously the Texas Chainsaw. We see people getting murdered for chainsaw. I mean, there's just some brutal depicting some of the stuff in humanity. I mean, even with Wes Craven's "The Hills Have Eyes," we actually have cannibalism in there. Now, some horror film directors have taken that similar approach using the same type of technique in their horror films of the day. You know, you have Robert Rodriguez' Planet Terror and the 2003 remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre are great examples of these throwback films of the 70s. That brings us to writer-director T. West and his later horror film and his entry to the genre, which is simply called X. Now, this movie takes place in 1979 in Houston, Texas, where we have pornographic film actress Maxine Mix, who, along with her producer and boyfriend Wayne, fellow actors Bobby Lane and Jackson Ho, director RJ and his girlfriend Lorraine are about to shoot an adult film for the then booming home videos. They arrive at a secluded farmhouse where they rent a place from Howard and his wife Pearl, and they don't know what type of film Wayne and his friends are making. However, once Pearl sees what's really happening, things go downhill, and the young people now have to fight for their lives. Oh, not again. Now, I'm sure most people who saw this film, just as I did, will definitely get TMC vibes from it just because of the setting and the plot alone. I mean, come on now. You got to take place in a farm in a secluded area. We got a whole bunch of young people. They arrive in the van. We have this elderly couple, almost similar to the Sawyers or the Hewitt family. And of course, bad shit happens. So you can't help but get Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes from this film. And it seems to me that Ty West seems to be influenced from the horror films of the 70s because this is another one of his films that has a similar style, similar to The House and the Devil, that has similar 70s styles of filming. And this film also has that same type of style as well. And this is a pretty good film, and I really like how he does his setup during the 70s. Just like he did with The House of the Devil, he does the same thing here. You know, it has that grainy, grindhouse look. The premise of the film and the ultra violence are all aspects that I've seen in those type of films, and Ty does an excellent job in displaying those traits. Ty also does a good job in setting the right tone for this film as well, although he does take his time allowing the audience to get to know these characters well. Like I said before, I think a lot of people might be a bit impatient, but there's a reason why he takes his time. There's a lot of nudity in this scene because, hey, look, you got a people filming a porno here, so obviously we're going to see lots of nudity, lots of simulated sex scenes in this particular film, and that does take up at least over half of the film. But there's a reason why he does this. One of the things I liked about this film is we get lots of excellent dialogue from Wayne and his friends, especially during the second act of the film, when Lorraine's questioned the actors about the difference between love and sex. I like that aspect of the film because here you have Lorraine She seems to be kind of a prude, not really understanding what's happening here. Obviously, she wants to be a filmmaker, but her boyfriend says, "Look, we got to start from somewhere." And she is trying to find the determination between why these two women, Bobby Lane and Maxine, why are they doing this? And they both have significant others. And I like that aspect of the film because a lot of people would ask a porn star, what's the difference between loving someone and you having sex on the scene? I mean, that's an interesting aspect. I like how Ty explores that aspect in this film. Mia Goth does an excellent job in playing Maxine, a woman who seems desperate to becoming a big porn star or just becoming famous, and her reasons become more clearer during the final act of the film, which I will not reveal here, but I'm pretty sure the people who've seen the film know what I'm talking about. I mean, it does take a while for the violence to begin, but once it does, Ty doesn't let up as we get some gruesome kills. And I do mean gruesome. He doesn't hold back. I mean, just like we saw the violence in those films in the 70s, why they don't hold back the violence, Ty doesn't hold back the violence here. And again, we get some vibes from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, especially during the final act of the film. And based upon the post-scene credits, we haven't seen the last of a certain characters from this film. I won't reveal who it is, but I'm pretty sure people who see the film and waited for that post-credit scene, you know what I'm talking about. It's going to be interesting to see where that character goes because that character was wild, and that's all I'll say about that. Now, Ty West, known from his other horror films such as The House of the Devil and The Innkeepers, have created an excellent slasher film, bringing in elements of the horror films from the 70s. We have a decent cast, and despite a setting that we've seen before and done in other horror films, I thought he did a fantastic job here. Like I said, this is a fantastic horror film. I really did enjoy this a lot. Now, I really don't give out a lot of horror films that will get all my five bloody gold coins. This came very, very close. I really wanted to give it all five. But I just couldn't because, I'm pretty sure most people remember. I think I gave five bloody coins to It Chapter 1, Get Out, I think also Quiet Place, and maybe a Quiet Place 2. This almost reaches to the aspects when it comes to horror films with this film, but just not quite there. So it's only going to get 4 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. It's only going to get 4 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. But don't worry, horror fans. I believe this will definitely be on the top of my top 10 best horror films because this is the best horror film I've seen so far this year. So there you have it, guys. That is my review of X. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share. If you have seen X, please let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. And please do not spoil the film because people want to see it. And I recommend that you do. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way we notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Money G, and always remember that horror rules. And I'll see you in my next video. I'm out.